If you're the executor or administrator or trustee of a property that you've recently inherited, it is so important that you keep a recording and all of the receipts of every dollar that you have spent on that property. You're not only going to want to do this for tax purposes in the future, but you're also going to need the receipts to help settle the estate in the end. The reason that I'm doing this video is because we received a phone call from a past client about a year after we helped her sell a home that she and her sisters had inherited. That it was at the point where they were trying to settle the estate, and one of the heirs was disputing the amount that was spent on the property. She needed help tracking down the vendors that we had recommended and needed help collecting all of those invoices. If there is a way that I can help you save time and heartache in the future, that's what I'm going to do. So the first thing that I use is just a way to collect all of those receipts, especially when you're out and about and you're having to buy different things like doorknobs or door stoppers or silly little items for the house. You need to keep track of all of those receipts. And this is something that I found that I really love. It is just a plastic envelope with a Velcro opening so that things won't fall out. I love it has 3 holes in here so it can easily be put in a binder, but this is great to collect the receipts. And what I do with this is I keep it in my car between the driver's seat and the center console, and just all week long you just put the receipts in this little envelope. My second tip is just to get a simple binder. And what I like about this is that you can put things in categories so that you can track what you're spending on utilities, on security, on homeowners insurance and things like that. And again, this little envelope goes right in there because it has the 3 hole punches and it fits easily into the 3-ring binder. Now, it's equally important to keep digital copies, and the reason that I like having digital copies is because it makes it easy to share later with your accountant or your attorney or the other heirs to the property. And so I'm going to share with you an app that I absolutely love to do to help digitize a collection of receipts and documents and everything so that you can share them later. This app is called Adobe Scan. It makes it so easy so when you're out and about, and actually when you get that receipt, it's so much easier just to do it right then. But you open up the app, it opens up the camera in your phone, and what is cool is that on the document, it finds the 4 corners, it scans the document very quickly for you, and it automatically puts it in a category, whether it's a receipt or something like that. It also allows you to give each document a name, and what I would suggest doing is that you name each document by the date of the receipt, the place that the receipt comes from, whether that is Home Depot or Lowe's, or whether it is a utility bill from PG&E or SMUD, and then you put a quick description on what that document is. One thing that I would suggest too is that you put a date and time in your calendar to actually sit down and scan those receipts if this is something that you're going to do. You probably won't have as many receipts as I have in this little envelope, but what I would suggest is that you pick a date and time, put it in your calendar, because if you don't put it in your calendar, it doesn't get done, and sit down and scan the receipts. It shouldn't take you more than 10 to 30 minutes to get that amount done, and that way you can have a digital copy of everything. The next thing that you could do to help you keep records and accounting of everything is, once you have everything scanned, is that you actually put it somewhere in a safe digital space. I personally like using Google Drive because it makes it super easy to share with other people, like your accountant or attorney or other heirs to the property. Or if you decide you could keep those things on a file on your computer or on a little thumb drive or a zip drive as well. And lastly, if you're not using some sort of accounting software like QuickBooks or something like that, it's a good idea to either put together like an Excel spreadsheet, or I like using, again, a Google Sheet, so that way you can track the expenses. And if you'd like a copy of an expense sheet that I've created in Google, I would be happy to share that with you, and I'll have the link down below. I like to use it because I'm a visual person and I like to be able to see where the dollars are going, how much is being spent on the property, and to be able to easily track it and share that with others. And it is so important to account for every dollar that is spent on the property. You're not only going to need this information for taxes in the future, but you're also going to want to have it when you are settling the estate and to settle any potential disputes with heirs in the future. I hope you found this video to be helpful, and if you did, please remember to like it and subscribe to our channel. We put out new videos regularly so that you can stay updated and informed. And if you've recently inherited a property here in the Sacramento area, I hope that you find this next video to be very helpful.